Just sent you an invite. Okay, sweet.
If Sai gets signed into a team, can he go into Gangnam? Can the team house be in Gangnam?
I just realized this is Nice versus JimRising.
That it is. Okay.
You know what? Let's just go for it.
It was the original plan, and it looks like we're gonna stick with it. Nice versus JimRising. Our first map is gonna be on Zen. They have updated Zen. They've removed the mineral patches in the natural over to the side. So yeah, we'll see if Nice has anything planned with that. Probably just gonna make it easier to wall, honestly. I think that was the rationale behind it anyway. But speaking of rationale, this player needs none, as here we have it in the top right-hand corner map. Starting in the top right-hand corner of Zen LE. So we're gonna have to be Zen. We're gonna have to be calm. We're gonna have to shut in the top right-hand corner map. Starting in the top right-hand corner of the map, it is the Blues. We know him. We love him. Which is why we always spam him. Yo, when are you playing in Battle of the Americas? Huh? But it is the Blues all the way from Mexico. We have the dance champion, the dancing queen, if you will. You know him as Trafalgar Law, but representing Team Macaco, we have JimRising.
And in the bottom left-hand corner of Zen LE, we have the Protoss player representing Taiwan, as well as, what's his name? Taiwan, it is. Nice.
Nice.
Nice. So he's getting gas pooled.
Yep.
JimRising went for a gas first and then a pool. His hatchery.
By the way.
KyZ, right? Yeah, Jim went for a very fast gas and pool. His hatchery is pretty late. I think it was getting blocked as well. So we're going to be seeing lanes coming out across the map. We have a nice wall off by Nice.
Yeah, that's nice. Looks like the changing the mineral patch did help quite a bit.
Yeah, and again, like, as opposed to Ranger, who in his ZVP he had like a huge gap in his wall, and the Lings just rushed through and just ended the game.
Yeah,
but
the Lings just sort of rushed in.
Yeah, we shouldn't see that coming out from Nice. Like Nice, like he's looking pretty solid. He just needs a unit there, and he's good. Meanwhile, JimRising, he is getting a pretty fast Zergling speed. Relatively fast, so he will have that going for him. God, he has some long distance mine with all these drones because he was so late. He blocks the third as well.
That's nice.
Yeah, Jim has the money for it too. Look, he wants the third, but he's getting blocked.
This one should come into the shade and will continue to block this.
Now the Adept is here, like, protecting the location from the drone. Oh, that's so annoying.
Tries to get a couple of shades for scouting. Now that the Link Team 6
he's going for it.
The Adept is going to be chased away. Jim is finally going to get his third base and actually surround the Adepts of Nice.
Nice positioning here, though. The Adepts are against the wall, so they do get to trade as best as they can. The Adept doesn't even get taken out. He does escape. Nice.
Yep. One of them does get taken out. That's very nice.
How many times are we gonna say nice?
He's gonna go all the way in.
Yeah.
A nice amount of times.
Nice amount. Yeah, good amount.
So the wall is fully up. Adept was able to come in right at the last second, and it does manage to fill up that wall. I just realized you don't have Game Heart. No.
No. Nice, please. Please. We do have that War Prism heading out across the map. Gonna see what it can get done. If it gets spotted by the Lings, it looks like the Lings are gonna run into it. Actually,
be in position. Lings are gonna be in position, and they are. Oh, I'm not sure if JimRising actually saw that though. It was in the high ground as well as being blocked by the tall grass.
It doesn't look like it. His Lings aren't coming back home, so it doesn't seem like he saw it on his minimap. And here we have a couple more Adepts being warped in. We don't really have any tech. We do have a Robo though, so getting a nice amount of Immortals on the way, which will be nice against, you know, the Roaches. Coming out from Jim.
Yeah, they do deal with them very nicely.
Is Jim's name Jim?
Nice. Is Jim?
Yeah.
It's clearly Trafalgar. Law.
Oh, some nice worker kills here from Nice. And again, unfortunately, we don't really have game hearts. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on those worker numbers.
Yep, currently 5 drones total have been lost.
Mm.
We're gonna have to keep an eye out for any more Adepts that start to shade.
Oof.
And the Lings do come in, and it looked like they were gonna surround the Adepts, but yeah, Nice is actually being fairly conservative right now with and the amount of warp pistol damage he wants to get done.
Things are about to
rising back.
Yeah, things are about to ramp up though, because 7 gateways were on the way. 5 plus the other 2, 7 all up, and he's just gonna. I imagine a lot of Adepts are on the way. Does he have a Twilight Council?
He actually does not. He is just gonna rely on basically unupgraded gateways. He's going full on Soul Train.
That's what was weird. I kept thinking, like, is he gonna like Adept all in? But like there's no glaives, which is so odd to see. There's no glaives, there's no blink, there's no charge, it's just Soul Train, man. It's just sentries.
And it is the good old Soul Train. It is just mass sentry and more.
Oh my god. I haven't seen this in a while.
Yeah, but it is nice to see once again.
Tis nice to see.
A comeback, yeah. Nice, I imagine, is going to start ramping up these Stalker Warpins. There we have it, and it looks the clash is about to happen. JimRising is starting to set up his concave, trying to get us around, but will it be enough? Look at these the amount of sentries.
And the amount
4
of Immortals.
On these sentries. There are 4 Immortals, but Jim is starting to get us around all of these force fields and no Ravagers to bile them down. It looks like Nice, for the time being, is getting the better end of this deal. He is keeping all of his Immortals alive and most of his sentries as well. Fighting with the Guardian Shield is just increasing the amount of value, the amount of DPS even.
Yeah, and I think
not really DPS, with the amount of value. GG's call, and
GG.
Nice is going to be taking game number 1.
And
nice.
Yeah, you said it, right? That there weren't any Ravagers with that army, so there could be nothing done about the force fields. The units themselves couldn't be biled either. It was just pure Roach Ling, and it just doesn't trade that well against the Soul Train, man.
No, it does not. In fact, it might arguably be the worst composition to play against a Soul Train. By the way, it seems like we are now getting confirmation. JimRising's first name is Jaime.
Oh yeah, Jaime. Yeah.
Jaime Arturo Duran Silencio.
English, that is Jamie. No, so Jim is like a nickname.
Lannister.
It's like shorthand.
He doesn't have his right hand. Yeah.
Ah. Just letting them know not to forget game hearts.
Yep.
So that is the thing we request.
The one thing.
Yeah.
It's our only
it's like, give game heart.
Only condition.
Please.
That's all we ask.
That's all we want.
We also want you to go ahead and look at our Humble Bundle, ! Humble How, as well as ! Humble Bundle in the chat. It will give you instructions as well as our affiliate link, respectively. Go ahead and check that out. There currently is I believe the Sakura Bundle, which is basically if you're a weeb, you want to be looking into that.
And they're remaking the lobby because they didn't make it with game heart.
I like this. Yep. You know, it's never too late. I just want everybody to know that, and it's good that Jim and and Nice are aware of that. It's nice that they know that.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame just because of the way the Blizzard interface works. Shout out to Steel, just ranting a little bit about the Blizzard interface, but that if you make a lobby and if you want to add like an extension mod or something, you have to remake the lobby. And that's just frustrating, right? Like, it would be nice if there was just an option in the lobby screen to like add an extension mod or something along those lines. Unfortunately,
it's one of those things.
Yeah,
it's one of those things where I'm sure there was a rationale for it way back in the day, but I mean, we have the technology now, so
yeah, it's one of those things, unfortunately, for StarCraft, where because the game engine is so old,
it's 10 years old at this point.
It's difficult, and because of how complicated it was when it first came out, it's so difficult to implement like certain features that
like
now
updated.
Just because they have to work with this old, like, complex, like, code, you know, and they have to try and like mold it into something that's more modern, and it's just so difficult, and it's not worth like trying to build a new one from the ground up or anything like that, right? It's just
they have to steel mold it.
What?
Because, you know, Seal wants a better UI / engine, so, you know, it's... Because he said the word mold, and I was like, aha! This is my... No. They should just pull an Overwatch and announce StarCraft 2 too. In the top left-hand corner of the map, fighting in the top left-hand corner of Belladonna. LE! We have the Blues. The absolute Mad Lad. He is known for doing some crazy shenanigans, and it looks like he's gonna have to pull one out now, as he is down 0-1 in this best of 3 series, representing Macaco, as well as, wait, I pulled up his Wikipedia page earlier, and I saw that he was with an official team, JimRising.
Yeah, he actually joined a team yesterday, like 2 days ago.
Yeah. Timber Esports, that's the one.
Mm-hmm.
He is the Blues. You know him as Trafalgar Law, so you know he should probably look into the Sakura bundle available now at our Humble Bundle affiliate link. But it is JimRising, all the way from Mexico.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Nightshade LE, we have the Taiwanese player representing KaiZ Gaming. It is Nice. Nice. This time, you know, Jim, he's able to get his natural, you know, at a decent time.
Yeah, he does.
Which is always good. You know, we do have his gas and pool finishing up as well. And yeah, I think I'm pretty sure.
Look at this. Look at it. The emblem for the upgrade of metabolic boost. Game Heart, I missed you.
Oh, right. We can see upgrades. It's amazing. It's beautiful.
That, in fact, it is.
Oh, he's actually going to get his third.
Yeah, it looks like Nice is not going to be able to block that third location anymore, but JimRising does change where he wants to get his third, and unfortunately that drone does get sniped. A little bit of a misfortune there.
He got mind games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he changed course because he thought the adept was over there on the right-hand side. He's like, oh, I'm going to trick him. I'm going to go for the forward base instead, but that's where he was.
And it was. Nice is going to be losing one adept, but not before it got more than enough equal value done.
3 workers. That's pretty good for your first adept. Not just 3 workers, but also delaying that third base as well. It was nicely done.
That it was. It was nice.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Nice, we have more gateways being turned down. We did have a robo first. None of that Stargate shenanigans we saw earlier today.
Fairly quick immortal, so I'm thinking Nice is going with the doctrine of if it ain't broke, don't break it.
Yeah, so far we have a pretty similar build coming out from Nice. We don't have a Twilight Council, we don't have any of those upgrades. And he is already starting Immortal production, so we're gonna have like 3 to 4 by the time he pushes out. Potentially even more. In saying that though, we do have a War Prism coming out as well, so this could hit earlier.
Immortal drop.
Yeah.
It definitely could. I do think that it's probably going to be an Immortal drop into an actual Soul Train, but we'll just see how it goes. I just think that would be pretty nice if it was what I said. Ooh, the Stalker's a bit out of position, but with the sentries, they are able to get in. And Nice is actually just pushing out now with just 1 Immortal. This is actually pretty worrisome for JimRising. His Roach Warren is only now going to be complete. How much larva does he have banked? Not that much.
He needs to give up his third.
Roaches out.
We have a bunch of roaches on the way. Yeah, we already have this force hitting. It's not too imposing, but we do have a warp in on the way. And again, he was skipping out on Lings, and the third is about to go down. A couple of roaches get caught out. That's it.
What I like to see. Oh, that was a very quick.
Yeah.
Nicely done by our Taiwanese Protoss player. That was a fairly quick series, all things considered.
Yeah, JimRising, like, it was kind of on JimRising because he didn't send in an Overlord scout to see what exactly was coming his way. He did have a couple of Lings outside, and if he was paying attention, he would have seen the Warp Prism, as the Lings did die as the Warp Prism was coming into view, but again, like, if he didn't catch that, it would have been hard to tell what was happening. And because he got that forward third, it was more vulnerable to a push like that, because it was so much closer and so much harder to defend. So, yeah, again,
the mind games were real.
Yeah, things just didn't line up for him.
But it turned out pretty nice for Nice.
That it did, and it does look like all 3 casters are actually out of series right now. Chicken Man, Renegade X, as well as us, we're all here in the lobby. It looks like Nice versus Zest is going to be starting up. And yeah, what else do we have going on? Because I know we don't really want to.
Well, I have my eyes over in the absolute lowest part of the bracket.
So you're talking about Special? Or Trap?
No, even lower. I am talking about Trap.
Lower.
It's going up against NYO, and I mean, you know, anything can happen, but Trap is the heavy favorite in that series, and if that series turns out how I think it's going to turn out, look at who's next.
Exactly. it's going to be sick down there in the lower bracket. Oh, okay, so Estrella did 2-0 Mogar. It did look like Renegade X was in that Estrella series. So Estrella will be going up against the winner of Ragnarok versus Liquid Tasia. They have already started.
That is accurate. I don't...
What? What's up?
My brain cut off. I was trying to remember, is that a rematch? And I remembered, no, it was Tasia versus Armani that happened in IEM.
I would love to get into Hero versus Trap. The problem is I don't know if they already started, because the bracket online may not be updated.
That is accurate. I'm not sure if they went back to how they used to do it, of allowing the players to update the brackets themselves, or if it's purely admin.
Yeah.
But we'll find that out.
What team is Hero on, by the way?
Black Knight.
There we go. I'm pretty sure Hero is the barcode with the Black Knight tag. So he's not in a series.
Yeah, he's not an XTL, which I thought he was.